Join me as I dive deep into Wonka's darkest secrets and see if I can uncover what really went on behind the chocolate factory doors. Willy Wonka, the beloved character who's been making our childhoods a little sweeter with his whimsical world of pure imagination. But behind that iconic top hat and cane, there's a darker side to Wonka that's often overlooked. From the mysterious origins of his candy creations to the eerie atmosphere of his factory, there's no shortage of controversy and theories surrounding the world of Wonka. Is he truly a benevolent figure, or is there something more sinister at play? Some even speculate that Wonka's obsession with candy is merely a front for a more sinister agenda. With his cryptic messages and unsettling behavior, it's no wonder fans have been theorizing about Wonka's true nature for decades. One thing's for sure, there's more to this eccentric chocolatier than meets the eye. So let's dive deeper into the darker elements of Wonka's world and see if we can uncover the truth behind the candy-coated facade. Others have questioned the highly selective and somewhat disturbing process by which Wonka chooses the winners of his golden tickets. Is it mere coincidence, or is there a more calculated methodology at play? The fates of the children who visit the factory are also shrouded in mystery, leaving us to wonder what really became of Augustus Gloop, Veruca Salt, and the rest. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a book by Roald Dahl, an oft-adapted writer. However, by 1971, only one Dahl story had been adapted to film. That was 36 Hours, a thriller based on one of Dahl's short stories for adults. This was the first full book adapted to the big screen. Mel Stuart is a director who, with all due respect, would not be remembered if not for Willy Wonka. In fact, most people still probably don't know the director of the movie. Stuart's daughter had read Dahl's book, and that gave the director the idea to pitch the adaptation to a producer friend of his. Willy Wonka is, famously, a musical. Of course, books are rarely musicals. There's not a lot of point to writing songs into a book. Wolper and Stewart decided their film should be a musical and turned to Richard Rodgers and Henry Mancini, hoping they would compose. They declined. In the end, Leslie Bricusse and Anthony Newley got the job. With Dahl ceding the work of his adaptation to Seltzer and Kaufman, changes were made to his book. One key one involves Slugworth. In the book, he's barely a blip in the story and is one of Wonka's rivals. Seltzer boosted his role and made him a spy who ends up not being a spy, to create a villain for the story. Additionally, the Oompa Loompas were given their distinct orange skin tone and green hair because in the books, they were African pygmies and the optics of that would have been, quite poor. While the book's title name-checks Charlie Bucket, the film headlines Willy Wonka, a more dynamic character. A lot of British actors were interested. Every member of Monty Python was reportedly interested but not considered big enough in America. Dahl wanted Spike Milligan for the role, while Peter Sellers actively petitioned Dahl for the role. In terms of the actual production, Fred Astaire was in the mix, but deemed too old at 72. The guy who came closest was Joel Grey, but then Stewart got cold feet about casting a 5'5" actor in the role. Some fans have even drawn parallels between Wonka's factory and A Dystopian Nightmare, with the chocolatier playing the role of a manipulative overlord. It's a far cry from the beloved character we thought we knew, and it raises some uncomfortable questions about the true cost of Wonka's sweet treats. Then, there's the issue of the Oompa Loompas, Wonka's loyal but eerily obedient workforce. Are they merely harmless helpers, or are they trapped in some kind of twisted, indentured servitude? The more you look into it, the more unsettling the whole thing becomes. But perhaps the most shocking secret of all is the true inspiration behind Wonka's most beloved creations. Some claim that the chocolatier's obsession with candy stems from a dark and troubled past, one that's hiding in plain sight. It's a theory that challenges everything we thought we knew about Wonka and his motivations. So, what's the truth behind Willy Wonka's enigmatic persona? Is he a hero, a villain, or something in between? One thing's for sure, the more you dig into the darker elements of his world, the more questions arise. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the twisted world of Willy Wonka. What do you think? Is Wonka a hero, or is there more to him than meets the eye? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to suggest other characters you'd like me to explore in future videos.